So here's where it tells me we're connecting,
Okay, good.
but we could be connected for all I know. We just, like I said, this is where we smile and say hi.
Hi.
All right. So I think we're connected. So
Okay.
welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. And Lisa Quale has joined me. She is the health educator from the University of Arizona Skin Cancer Institute. You're right, that is a whole mouthful. And Lisa has joined me today to talk a little bit about Skin Cancer Awareness Month. So first of all, Lisa, tell us why Skin Cancer Institute?
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. This is great. I love the month of May. It's my favorite month out of the year because I get to actually do what I do best. The Skin Cancer Institute. So skin cancer is one of the only cancers you can actually find early and get treated before it gets out of control. It's not always the case, but it's usually possible. And it's also one of the few cancers that we know how to prevent in a lot of cases. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun and tanning beds is the culprit in most skin cancers, so it can be avoided with sun-safe behaviors. And yet skin cancer is a huge problem in the United States. It's the most common form of cancer in the United States today. We've got like over 5 million people are being treated for it every year. And in some people, they have multiple lesions in a year. And we're also creeping up on 8,000 people dying of melanoma skin cancer, not to mention the money. Oh my God, we spend like $8 billion in treatment in this country alone for skin cancer. So the Institute, we're trying to cut down on these big numbers by arming people with the knowledge that they have or that they need to avoid skin cancer, or at least find it early and get it treated. So our mission is to prevent and cure skin cancer. And we do this through outreach. We're attending community events throughout the year. And we have an annual fundraiser to help get the word out about skin cancer every year. It's called Melanoma Walk. Plus, we have programs like our Protect Your Skin program. This is where we offer sunscreen dispensers to outdoor venues and places around town. We do education through our Project SAS, and that's Students Are Sun Safe program. It actually teaches U of A students how to present lessons to middle school and high schoolers around the region, the Sun Safe messages.
Those times when you're not thinking about it because you're young and invincible.
Exactly. And the reason we had U of A students do it is because kids will generally listen to the younger group. They're like, oh, somebody's here to teach me something, but they'll see a young person to be like, oh, this must be cool information to have. So that's a really good program. And then we support research in skin cancer treatment and prevention, and actually have a seed grant program every year that we do to support novel research in skin cancer prevention and control. And then we have our patient care, and this is through our high-risk skin cancer clinics. People who've had melanoma or had basal cell carcinoma or any of those things, they can come into our clinics. And so these are kind of the cores that help us stay focused on the areas that are important in skin cancer prevention today. So that's why a Skin Cancer Institute.
Lots of reasons to have a Skin Cancer Institute.
Right?
It's a very good thing to have. So what should people be doing to celebrate Skin Cancer Awareness Month?
Well, they should be doing all of this all year round. And I would imagine most of the causes that have a month dedicated to them say the same thing. Celebrate by being sun safe and skin cancer aware. We've been teaching the ACE message for this. It's a great way it's an easy way to remember how to be sun safe and skin cancer free. ACE stands for, that's ACE. So the A stands for avoiding too much sun. You want to stay out of the sun as much as possible between the hours of 10 and 4 every day. This is when the sun rays are most damaging. And when you are outside, seek shade, a tree, the overhang of a building. You can carry an umbrella. These are all ways to cut down on your exposure. You want to avoid tans and burns. at all costs, especially tanning beds. Those are a big no-no. And avoid exposure to reflective surfaces like water, glass, sand, concrete. These will all intensify your exposure and can even bounce into those shady areas. So if you found a shady spot, but there's, concrete right here bouncing the sun rays in, that's gonna hurt you. So that's the A. The C, sorry,
It's all
I got a
good.
frog, is for covering up as much as possible. You want to wear long sleeve shirts, long pants, a wide brimmed hat. Sorry, I've got like a frog in my throat.
Okay. See, that's what happens when you talk too much. It's like all of a sudden it just
Yeah,
catches up to
maybe I
you.
should have
Yeah.
had some water or something by me. But yeah, a wide brim hat that covers your face, your ears, your neck, sunglasses with a big frame, if you can stand to wear big frames, with a UVA protection or UVA and UVB protection. That's 99 to 100%. And they are out there. You can find sunglasses like that. And then use a broad spectrum sunscreen. That just means that it protects against both UVA and UVB from the sun. And you want to pick something with a sun protection factor or the SPF of 30 or higher. And then the E is for examining your skin. You want to look at your skin regularly. You're checking for new spots, spots that you've had forever that start to change. And just once a month, start at the top, work your way down, look everywhere you have skin. Anywhere you have skin, you can get skin cancer. And I recommend using a hand mirror and a full length mirror. It's kind of weird. It takes a little bit of time to get used to that weird sort of opposite,
Yeah.
but once you get the hang of it, it works pretty well. And if you have a partner, you can have them kind of check the hard to see areas too. And if you find something unusual, see your healthcare provider, or better yet, see a dermatologist. They know skin and they know what to be looking for. And consider seeing a dermatologist regularly. It can be anywhere from, sometimes they want people to come in every 6 months, depending on your level of risk, to, every couple of years. So yeah, prevention and early detection of skin cancer is what May is all about, but it should be what the year is all about.
Yeah. And it can be difficult to get into a dermatologist. It can take time. So
These days,
this is
yes.
actually a good reminder when we have months like this.
Yeah.
If you haven't made an appointment this year, make an appointment because
And I always tell people, at your actual appointment, make your next appointment for just a year out, because they book these days, they book up fast and it takes a long time. I've got like a 6-month, if I don't get in there right away, I can be waiting up to 6 months to see my dermatologist.
Yeah, it can be crazy. So make the appointment, and then if you have to change it, you have to change it. But at least, there's something on the books and ready to go. So this is a good reminder.
Yep.
So any other tips or tricks or stories or things you want to share with us?
Again, so maybe this is what people can do in May, do practice the sun safe behaviors all year round, but during May, share what you know about sun safety with everybody you know. I actually got a text from a very old friend today, and he's taking pictures of a sunscreen bottle, and he's like, is this what I should be using? Is this a good one? And I didn't just say yes, I said yes, and here's why. And I gave him the information. You want to look for something with an SPF of 30 or higher. You want to look for a broad spectrum product, because the more we kind of educate our friends, educate our family, educate everybody we know, as long as we're not being like overbearing about it, the more people know this information, share it, and it just spreads. I'm hoping spreads like wildfire. If it hasn't already, I feel like people are a lot more sun safe and skin cancer savvy now than they were even 10 years ago.
There's definitely more awareness, but there's always work to be done. So yeah. And I remember reading once, like, what did it say? A size of a quarter, in sunscreen. And I was like, well, for which body? It was like for each arm. Like, what do you mean?
Those measurements.
I'm like,
those measurements are crazy. They have, everybody wants, like there's the 2-finger rule, 2 fingers for an arm, 2 fingers for an arm. I just tell people, use as much as you think it takes, and always put on a second coat, because that way you won't miss spots. But the general guideline is the size of a golf ball for your body. And when you squeeze that out, that's a lot of sunscreen, and it
Okay.
becomes very overbearing or overwhelming to see them and be like, I have to use all of this. So I just tell people, for what, because maybe you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, maybe you're wearing a
Yeah.
tank top, maybe you're in a bathing suit. You just kind of have to use as much as it takes to
As
cover
it did.
your body well. And yeah, second coat is definitely the way to go.
Definitely. And we're actually going to share a video next week that you've done that goes a little more in depth into the sunscreen. So make sure to join us for that. Lisa, thank you so much
Thanks for
for
having
coming
me.
today.
This was great.
It's such important information, right? I mean, it's huge. And like we said, we're getting better, but there's always more to learn. So
Exactly.
very appreciated. And I know you have a ton of stuff on your plate this month, so we will let you go and do that.
Great.
And we'll see everybody else next week. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.